Hello, everybody. Schooner 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 5-14 Minnesota Twins taking on the 11-9 Oakland A's. This is game one of a three-game series between the Twins and the A's. Who's going to come out on top in game one? Well, we're going to get ready to find out, because here is the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins. Leading off the center fielder, Carlos Gomez. Batting second, the second baseman, Brendan Harris. Batting third, the catcher, Joe Manor. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the first baseman, Justin Monroe. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Damon Young. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Jason Kubrel. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Craig Monroe. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Mike Lamb. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Nick Punto. On the mound for the Oakland A's is Joe Blayton. He'll come into the game with a 3.06. He's got 3 wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 35 1/3 of an inning, allowed 26 hits, 19 strikeouts, and 7 walks. We're here at the Oakland Coliseum, which will give a +2 to strikeouts and a +2 to walks. And with that, Carlos Gomez steps up as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate, and we're ready for the first pitch. And here it is. It's a 4-4, column 4, row 4. It's a range play. So that means we're going to check the first number in the outfielder's arm. Whose range are we checking? 1-1, column 1, row 1. Power hit to Brown. That is going to be a single. So in the power hit line, we roll that first. It is a single and a 1-8. Brown's range is a 1-4. It's a 5. Brown can't get to it in time. And with that, Gomez is on with a base hit. Brown is 5 for 9 on his range plays. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the Oakland A's. DeFornia out there in left field. Sweeney will be in right. Sweeney in center. Brown at right field. Going around the horn, Hanahan is on third. Crosby at short. Ellis is on second. Barton at first. Suzuki behind the plate. And Blayton is on the mound. Strategy rolls a 1. That's going to be a steal attempt. That is going to be a -3. That's going to be a 12. They're going to send him. It's an 18, and he got caught stealing second. And with that, Brendan Harris batting a .233. 5-6, column 5, row 6. Look, column 5, row 6, that is a blank. 5-5, column 5, row 5, that's going to be a fly ball back there to DeFornia. He'll make the catch, and that'll be 2 away. Joe Manor batting a .302, and here is the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. Strikeout on a 1-7. The 19 is too high. 6-4, column 6, row 4. That's going to be good for a base hit down the first baseline. And Mano will keep the inning alive. 2 outs and a runner on first. With 2 outs, we had a +1 to the base run rating. Strategy rolls a 17 as Justin Monroe will step up. He's batting a .338, and here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's a range play at the Coliseum. So anytime you roll the at symbol as a result, you're going to consult the ballpark card. In this case, we're going to consult the Oakland Coliseum card. However, also, it is going to be a range play. 2-1, column 2, row 1. It's a fly ball back there to left field to DeFornia. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 2. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, and 1 errors, and the Twins will leave 1 stranded after we go to the bottom of the first. And here is the starting lineup for the Oakland A's. Leading off, the catcher, Kurt Suzuki. Batting second, the first baseman, Derek Barton. Batting third, the second baseman, Mark Ellis. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the designated hitter, Jack Cusp. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Emil Brown. Batting sixth, the center fielder, Ryan Sweeney. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Bobby Cosby. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Chris DeFornia. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Jack Hanahan. On the mound for the Twins, it is Leviathan Hernandez, who will come in with a 5.15 ERA. He's got no wins and 3 losses. He's pitched 22 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 33 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Suzuki batting a 250, and here is the first pitch. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a walk on a 1-11. The 8 is in range, and that is going to be good for a walk. So Suzuki will trot on down to first, and let's take a look at the starting defense for the Minnesota Twins. Young out there in left field. Gomez will be in center. Kubral at right. Going around the horn, we've got Lamb on third. Punto at short. Harris on second. Monroe at first. Manor behind the plate. And Hernandez is on the mound. Strategy rolls a 2. Infield at double play depth. Derek Barton batting a 119. And here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-6. Column 5, row 6. That is a blank. Barton being a left-handed batter, so in the pitcher card we look to the left-handed side of the slash. And that is going to be a 1-4. Column 1, row 4. Ground ball to Harris. Possible double play chance. And that is going to be a 0. Punto is a 0. That's going to be a 3, the 4, and it's going to end up being a fielder's choice. Suzuki will get forced out at second. So if the ball is greater than the runner on first, that's a force out. So with that, Suzuki is forced out at second. Barton on by fielder's choice. One away, infield at double play depth. Strategy roll is a 19 as Mark Ellis will come up. He's batting a 304. 19, it's a sacrifice play. So we take a look over here on the button chart. Bunt rating of a 17 and 19. It is a bunt. And that is going to be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. That is a blank. And that is going to be a successful sac bunt. Button rating of a 3. It is a good bunt on a 1-12. It is bunted down the third baseline. So with that, Barton will go over to second. As Lamb will throw it over to Monroe for out number 2. So 2 away, and that's going to bring up Jack Cusp. Cusp batting a 260. Strategy roll is a 9, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. That is a blank. So we consider it a blank right now because Hernandez has not faced his allowed number of batters. 3-6, column 3, row 6. Single out there in the right field to Kubel. Barton will go to third, but does he pick? Does he come home? That is the question. Base run rating is a 6. We take 1d6, roll it against the base run rating. He'll go from second to home on a +1 from Kubel. And on a 2 through 5, if the roll is less than or equal to the ABR, the adjusted base run rating, then the runner will advance, otherwise hold. However, if the roll is 6 or higher, the runner advances on no throw. And with that, it's an RBI single by Jack Cusp. Oakland up 1-0. And that is going to bring up Emil Brown. Brown batting a 158. Strategy rolls an 8 with 2 outs, and here is the pitch. 1-6, column 1, row 6, home run chance on a 1-2. The 6 is too high. 6-5, column 6, row 5, and that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, the Punto. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors, and the A's will leave 1 stranded. After 1, it's Oakland 1, Twins nothing. We go to the top of the second. Damon Young, Jason Kubel, and Craig Monroe due up for the Twins. Damon Young batting a 270. And the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a walk on a 1-10. The 20, too high. 3-3, column 3, row 3, and that's going to be a base hit to Cosby in shortstop. So Young is on with a base hit. Young's strategy role is a main team. Jason Kubel up, batting a 220. Twins standing pat. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch to Jason Kubel. 3-2, column 3, row 2, that is a blank. Kubel. 2-4, column 2, row 4. Line drive right to Cosby. He'll make the catch. And with that, they double up the runners at first. And that's going to be a double play. Double play by Cosby gets them both off, and that's going to bring up Craig Monroe batting at 300, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. It's a base hit up the right past the pitcher. And Monroe is on with a base hit. Mike Lamb batting a 167, strategy rolls an 11, and here is the pitch. Infield normal depth, Twins holding off, 2-3. Column 2, row 3, that's going to be a walk on a 1-6. The 16 is too high. 4-1, column 4, row 1, fly ball back there to Sweeney. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left, and one left on. We go to the bottom of the second. Ryan Sweeney, Bobby Cosby, Cristofonia due up for the A's. Ryan Sweeney batting a 190, and here is the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5, at the ballpark. We're going to go to the Coliseum. 6-3, column 6, row 3. It's a ground ball to Punto. He'll make the catch. And that'll put one away. Bobby Cosby batting a 143, and here is the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6, hit by pitch. Cosby's hit by pitch rating is a 0. That is a -7. Can't go lower than 7. The 5 is too high. 1-1, column 1, row 1, and that is going to be a double into center field. So Cosby is on with a double. California batting a 234. Strategy roll is a 3. A's holding off. Infield normal depth, and here is the pitch. 2-6, column 2, row 6. That's going to be a walk on a 1-12. The 17 is too high. 1-2, column 1, row 2. Line drive to Harris. No double play there. However, the out is at first. So 2 away. Cosby on second, and that's going to bring up Jack Hanahan. Hanahan batting a 191. Strategy roll is a 1. A's holding off, and the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. Strikeout on a 1-17. That is a 16. Struck him out. And that will retire the side note. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on. After 2, it's A's 1, Twins nothing. We go to the top of the third. Nick Punto, Carlos Gomez, and Brennan Harris due up for the Twins. Nick Punto batting a 217, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-3, column 2, row 3, walk on a 1-15. That is a 7, and that's going to be good for a walk. So Pinto is walked, and the order will flip around on the order. We go to the top here. Carlos Gomez is 1 for 1. Strategy roll is a 6. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Home run on a 1-3. The 9 is too high. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. It's a single out there to Brown. Brown will make well, with that, Punto will be on second. However, he will advance to third because of that being a 6. Gomez will hold at first, and the Twins have runners on the corners. And with that, Brennan Harris, who is 0 for 1, strategy roll is a 7. Infield playing in for this pitch, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Strikeout on a 1-14. The 15 is too high. And that's going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. It's a ground ball to Hanahan. He'll make the catch. Are they going to try to score the runner? They are. They're going to go for the out at first. No. So it is a ground out. So this gets a little weird here. Ground out, runner on third. PNC are always considered in without any range penalties. Infield in, double play chance only. Go home to first. -2 from the base run rating on third. Rating range of fielder is -2. Only plays for the infielder are at home or first. If the runner heads for home, if 1d6 higher than the base run rating, is out, otherwise safe. Hanahan throws it to Suzuki. His base run rating is a 1. That is a 5. He'll get thrown out at the plate by Suzuki. Gomez will go to second. And with that, we now have runners on first and second. And with that, Joe Manor is up. He is 1 for 1. Strategy rolls a 17, Twins holding off. And the pitch. 3-2, column 3, row 2 is a blank. Manor. 1-1, column 1, row 1. It's a single past the shortstop. Gomez will go to third. He's waved around home. He'll go from second to home on a base run rating of a 3 to 6. That is a 5. Gomez will score. It's 2 to 1. And with that, Harris will hold at second. Punto also scored on that grounder. So that's where the extra run came in there. It's 2 to 1. Monroe is up. He's 0 for 1. Strategy rolls a 1. Twins with a 1-run lead, and here is the pitch. It's an RBI single for Manor. 1-5. Column 1, row 5. That's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 15, that is a 1, and that's going to be good for a walk. And with that, the bases are loaded. Damon Young is 1 for 1, and here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 5. No outs. And that is... yet no outs yet. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5, hit by pitch 8. That's going to be a 3. Remember, Joe will give a -3, -5. 18 too high for the hit by pitch range. 5-2, column 5, row 2. Power hit to Brown. It's a 3. That's going to be a double. 2 runs will score. It is now 4 to 1. Twins with no outs and runners now on second and third. Monroe, stop sign goes up. And with that, Jason Kubel is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Strategy rolls an 8. Twins holding off. 2-2, column 2, row 2. Strikeout on a 1 to 12. The 14 is too high. Sorry, 14 too high. Kubel. 5-2, column 5, row 2. Ground ball to Ellis. And are they going to try to score? Yes, they are. Are they going to go for the out at first? No. So with that, if runner heads for home, roll 1d6 if it is higher than the base run, out, otherwise safe. That is a 4. He is thrown out at the plate. Ellis throws it to Suzuki. Out number 1. Young will go to third. Kubel will get on by fielder's choice. It's 1 out. Bullpen for the A's starting to warm up. Craig Monroe is 1 for 1. Strategy rolls a 13, and here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a walk plus. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to that range, plus the 2 from the Oakland Coliseum, which will give it a plus 12. We add 12 to the range for Craig Monroe, so that makes it a 1 to 26. That is a 14, and that is going to be a walk. And that's going to load the bases, and with that, the catcher calls for a timeout. And if you're going to go up on the mound, they're going to discuss a little bit of strategy. It's 1 out with the bases loaded, and we're going to take a quick, and the A's are calling for a quick timeout here. All right, with that, the home plate umpire comes back out there to the mound, taps the catcher on the shoulder, and we're ready to go. Mike Lamb steps up. He is 0 for 1, and strategy rolls a 17, and here is the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? 6-1, column 6, row 1. Fly ball back there to DeFornia. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 3. He'll make the catch. It's a sacrifice play. Young will come in to score. On a sac fly, it's 5 to 1 Twins. And with that, Nick Punto is up with a walk and a run scored. Strategy roll is an 18. The Twins holding off. Runners on first and second, and here is the pitch. 4-3, column 4, row 3, range play at the Coliseum. And that's going to be a 2-6. Column 2, row 6, that is a blank. Now, anytime a blank comes up on the ballpark card, and there were 3 blanks on every ballpark card, it's a rare play. Let's see what the rare play is going to be right now. Let's check it out, shall we? It is a sinker. It is a sinking line drive into center field, which the fielder dives for. Resolve as a range play for the center fielder. If caught, has a chance to double up the closest runner. Unsuccessful range play by Ryan Sweeney as the ball gets by the wall. Ryan Sweeney chases down the ball and throws out Nick Punto at third, and that will retire the side. 7 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and one left on. We go to the bottom of the third. Kurt Suzuki, Derek Barton, and Mark Ellis due up for the A's. Top of the order, Kurt Suzuki, who walked his last time up, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2, possible error. Now, on an error check, that is the number in the bracket that we will check. And that's going to be a 6-2. Column 6, row 2. That is Harris's error range. It's a 1 to 8. It's a 10 out, no error there. And that'll be out number 1. And with that, Derek Barton is up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. 3-3. Column 3, row 3. That's going to be a single. And that is a single. Pass Hernandez. And with that, runner on first. Mark Ellis, who is 0 for 0, and here is the pitch. Strategy rolls a 16, by the way, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5, double question mark. Single and a 1 to 5. The 15 is too high. 1-5, column 1, row 5, fly ball back there to center field. Gomez will go back, make the catch, and the ball goes plop into his glove. 2 away with a runner on first, Jack Kaspop. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. And here is the pitch. Strategy roll is a 4. A's holding off. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a blank. And that's going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. Fly ball back there to Gomez. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and none left on for the A's. And 1 left on for the A's. After 3, it's Twins 7. A's 1. We go to the top of the 4th, and with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound as Joe Blayton, who gave up 7 runs. They decided to pull him. And they're going to go with... And they're going to bring in Dallas Braden. Actually, they're going to bring in Josh Altman. We haven't seen Josh Altman at all yet. So Altman's going to come into play. He's got 1 win and 2 losses. He had an ERA of a 4.56. 25 and 2/3 innings, allowed 34 hits, 19 strikeouts, and 7 walks. So he's going to take over on the mound at the top of the 4th here. Taking a look at the stats here for Joe Blayton. He went 3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, and 3 walks, an ERA of a 4.46. So 9-1 and 2, he's going to have to face off. Punto was 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, a run, 2 RBIs, and here is the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That's going to be a walk on a 1-7. The 6 in range. And that's going to be a walk for Punto. We go to the top of the order. Carlos Gomez, who is 2 for 2 with a walk. And here is with a run, sorry. Started you off 15, infield at normal depth. And the pitch. 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That's going to be a walk. On a 1-8, that is a 1. And that's going to be good for a walk. So runners on first and second, and that's going to bring up Brandon Harris, who is 0 for 2 with a walk and with a run and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 7, and here is the pitch. Infield normal depth. Runners on first and second. 3-2, column 3, row 2. It's a possible error on a ground ball. And that's going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. Pop up, Hanahan. Underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll be out number 1. Joe Manners, 2 for 2 with a run and an RBI. Strategy roll 13, and the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6, strikeout. On a 1-6, the 13 is too high. 2-6, column 2, row 6. Pop up to Alice this time, second base, underneath it. Makes the catch, and that'll put 1 away. And with that, strategy rolls a 1. It is a steal attempt. Punto switch, batting rate. That's going to be a +1. They're going to go for it. It's an 18 again. Punto caught still in third. They pick him off. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and the Twins will leave 1 stranded We go to the bottom of the fourth. Emil Brown, Ryan Sweeney, and Bobby Cosby due up for the A's. Emil Brown, who is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That's a walk. On a 1 to 12, that is a 9, and that's going to be good for a walk. And that's going to bring up Ryan Sweeney. Sweeney, who is 0 for 1, and the pitch. Strategy roll is a 4. A's holding off. 4-2, column 4, row 2. Error check. Possible error. Whose error range are we checking? 2-2, column 2, row 2. Double star 1. It is a ground ball to Punto. His error range is on a 1 to 6. That is a 20. No error there. Punto will make the catch. And with that being a roll of a 6, that is a -1. That makes it a 1. We take the 6. We take a D6, roll it there. Pivot being the shortstop. It is a 6. So with it being a 6, the only play is at first. Brown will go to second, and Sweeney is out at first. Strategy roll is a 20. Anytime a 20 comes up on the strategy die, it is a pick-off attempt. So Hernandez will balk on a 1. He'll pick off on a 2 through 6. However, it will be a pick-off error if a 7 comes up. It's a 6. He picked him off. Couldn't get back to the bag in time. Hernandez picked him off at second. It's 2 outs and nobody on, and Cosby, who is 1 for 1 with a double. 1-5, column 1, row 5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to the Coliseum. 5-3, column 5, row 3. It is a fly ball to Kubel, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. After 4, it's Twins 7, A's 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Justin Monroe, Damon Young, and Jason Kubel due up for the Twins. Justin Monroe is 0 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Wild pitch. It's a foul ball. We're going to smack that one in the stands, and we're going to re-roll the dice. 5-3, column 5, row 3. Possible strikeout on a 1 to 8. The 14 is too high. 4-3, column 4, row 3. That's going to be a base hit past Ellis. And with that, Monroe is on with a base hit. So with that, Damon Young is up. He's 2 for 2 with a double, a run, 2 RBIs. Runner on first. Strategy rolls are turned off, and the reason they're turned off right now is we take the difference in the score. That's a 6-run game. Add it to the inning that we're in. We're in the 5th inning. If the number we get is higher than 10, strategy rolls are turned off. Young, pitch. And that is going to be a 4-3. Column 4, row 3, strikeout. On a 1 to 14, that is a 2. Struck him out. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Jason Kubel. Kubel is 0 for 2 with a run, and here is the pitch. 4-2, column 4, row 2, strikeout. On a 1 to 12, that is an 11. Struck him out. And that'll be 2 away. Craig Monroe is up. He's 1 for 1 with a walk and a run, and here is the pitch. 4-6, column 4, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? 2-4, column 2, row 4. It's a single to Crosby. His range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 5. It will get past him. Monroe goes to second. The stop sign goes up. He'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 5 to 6. That is a 3. Runners on first and second. And with that, Mike Lamb is up. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. And here is the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a blank. 4-5, column 4, row 5. Double star 3. It's a ground ball to Ellis, who will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cristofonia, Jack Hennihan, Kurt Suzuki due up for the A's. Cristofonia 0 for 1 and the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6, hit by pitch. That's going to be a 3. That is a 3. And with that, the Fournier is hit. He'll take first base. Umpire issues a warning. Jack Hennihan up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And here is the pitch. 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a blank. 1-6, column 1, row 6. Fly ball back to the center fielder. Gomez, he'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Top of the order, Kurt Suzuki, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. And the pitch. And that'll be 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. Suzuki. 1-3, column 1, row 3. And that's going to be a fly ball back to the Kubo, who will make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Derek Barton is up. He's 1 for 2 with a run, and here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-2, column 1, row 2, range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be 5-1, column 5, row 1, ground ball to Monroe. His range is a 1. That is a 4. That's going to make it a double. And with that, the Fournier will go to third, but does he come home? That is the question. We check the secondary roll. Lead runner advances. DeFornio will score. It's now 7-2. Ball caught off and the trailing runner is thrown out. Barton goes to third, but is thrown out at the plate. He is tagged out. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on for the A's. After 5, it's Twins 7, A's 2. We go to the top of the 6th. Nick Punto, Carlos Gomez, and Brandon Harris due up for the Twins. Nick Punto, who is 1 for 1 with a double, a walk, a run, and 2 RBIs. Josh Outman can face one more batter. We got some action in the Twins bullpen. Punto, here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. Possible error on a ground ball. 1-2, column 1, row 2. It's a ground ball up the first baseline. Barton. Error range is on a 1 to 9. That is a 17. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. We go to the top of the order. Carlos Gomez, who is 2 for 2 with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. Outman now tired. 3-3, column 3, row 3. Strike. That is a walk on a 1 to 8 to 16, too high. And that's going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Ground ball to Ellis, who will make the catch. And with that, the skipper will come out and take the ball. We do have a new pitcher on the mound. This call to the bullpen for the A's. And with that, they are going to bring in Chad. That is his card. Chad Garden will come in. He comes into the game with a 3.81. He's got 4 wins and no losses. 26 innings pitched, allowed 22 hits, 24 strikeouts, 7 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Josh Outman, he went 2 2/3 innings, allowed 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, no ERA. Brendan Harris, who is 0 for 3 with a walk and an RBI, and here is the pitch. It is 4-2, column 4, row 2. 4-2, sorry, column 4, row 2. Strikeout on a 1 to 14. That is a 5. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on for the Twins. We go to the top. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Mark Ellis, Jack Cusp, and Emil Brown due up. And that was a 3-up, 3-down inning. A's retiring the Twins in order. Mark Ellis, who is 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. 2-3, column 2, row 3, home run chance on a 1 to 12. The 16 is too high. 1-6, column 1, row 6. By the way, Hernandez can face 6 more batters before he's considered tired. 1-6, double star 6. That's going to be a fly ball to Kubel, who will make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Jack Cusp, 1 for 2 with an RBI, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a walk on a 1 to 21, 15 in range. And with that, Cusp will trot on down to first. Emil Brown, who is 0 for 1 with a walk, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-6, column 3, row 6, hit by pitch. That is a 1, 17 too high. And with that, 2-4, column 2, row 4, power hit to Kubel. It's an 11. That's going to be a triple. And with that, Brown will hustle to third. And 1 run will score. It's a 4-run game. And with that, strategy rolls are now turned back on. Ryan Sweeney, who is 0 for 2. And the pitch, 1 out, runner on third. Strategy rolls a 9, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a blank. And that's going to be a 5-1, column 5, row 1, ground ball to Monroe. And are they going to try to score him? Yes. No, they're going to go for the out at first. That is a 5. That is a 4. He's thrown out at the plate. Brown goes for home. Monroe sees it, throws it to Manure, who will throw him out at the plate. And with that, it's 1 away, 2 away, as Brown is tagged out at home. 2 outs and a runner on first. Cosby is up. He's 1 for 2 with a double, and here is the pitch. Strategy rolls a 3. And that is going to be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2, possible error. 2-3, column 2, row 3. Power hit to Kubral. That's a 5. That's going to be good for a single. On a 1 to 5, that is a single. Error range, Kubral on a 1 to 4, 14 too high. Sweeney on second, he will advance to third. No throw. And with that, Cristofornia, who is 0 for 1 with a run, and here is the pitch. 4-5, sorry. Column 4, row 5, that is a blank. 5-5, column 5, row 5, double to Kubral. And with that, Cosby will hold at third. We now have runners on first and second and third, sorry. And with that, 2 outs. Hernandez is now tired. Hanahan 0 for 2 in the pitch. Strategy rolls a 1. 6-1, column 6, row 1, that is a blank. 5-5, column 5, row 5, and that's going to be a fly ball back there to Kubral, who will make the catch. And that will retire the side. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the A's after 6. It's Twins 7, A's 4. We go to the top of the 7th. Joe Manor, Justin Monroe, and Damon Young due up for the Twins. Joe Manor, who is 2 for 3 with a run and an RBI, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. Chad's going to stay out there for another inning. He can go 9 more batters. That is a 7. The 18 is too high. 6-3, column 6, row 3. And that's going to be a fly ball back to the center field to Sweeney. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. Justin Monroe, who is 1 for 2 today with a walk, the pitch. And that is going to be a 6-1. Column 6, row 1. Blank. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's going to be a ground ball down the first baseline to Barton, who will make the catch, tag the plate, and quickly puts 2 away. Damon Young, 2 for 3 with a double, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. And the pitch. 3-6, column 3, row 6, at the ballpark. We're going to go to Coliseum, 1-2, column 1, row 2, fly ball back there to Sweeney, and Sing, take me out to the ball game. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Twins will go down in order. We go to the bottom of the seventh and top of the order for the A's. Kurt Suzuki, Derek Barton, and Mark Ellis due up for Oakland. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played. Minnesota came out strong. They scored all 7 runs in the 3rd inning, and they've been held to that. 7 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Oakland came out, scored a run in the 1st, a run in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. They've been chipping away at that lead. It is 4 runs on 7 hits and no errors for the A's. And with that, Leviathan Hernandez is tired, so we do have a new pitcher on the mound. For the Twins. And that is going to be Juan Raycorn. He's going to come in. Actually, they're going to bring in Bobby Corky. Yep. Ron Raycorn. Sorry, Raycorn's going to come in. That is his card. So Raycorn will come into the game with a 16.50 ERA. No wins, 3 losses. He's pitched 6 innings, allowed 14 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Hernandez, he went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 5.33. Suzuki was 0 for 2 with a walk. And the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1, range play at the Coliseum. 2-3, column 2, row 3, ground ball to Monroe. His range is a 1. That is a 5, and that's going to make, that is a 3, and that's going to make it a double. So Suzuki is on with leads off with a double. Strategy roll is a 20, no pickoff, a chance here for Raycorn. It's a 13. Barton, who is 2 for 3 with a double, a run, and an RBI, 5-1. Column 5, row 1, that's going to be a walk. On a 1 to 14, that is a 9. And that is going to be a walk. Mark Ellis, 0 for 2. Strategy rolls a 9. And the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-5, column 1, row 5. Possible error. Infield at double play depth. Strategy rolls a 9, by the way. 5-6, column 5, row 6, double star 1, fly ball to Young. His range is on a 1 to 6. That is an 8, no error there. And with that, 1 away. And with that, Jack Cusp, who is 1 for 2 with a walk, a run, and an RBI. Strategy rolls a 19 and the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5. Home run chance on a 1 to 5, 17 too high. 3-2, column 3, row 2. Fly ball back there to Gomez. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Suzuki will hold. And with that, Emil Brown is up, who is 1 for 2 with a triple, a run, and an RBI. Strategy roll is a 1. 1-6, column 1, row 6. Strikeout on a 1 to 11. That is a 12. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the A's will leave 2 stranded after 7. It is Twins 7, A's 4 We go to the top of the 8th. Jason Kubel, Craig Monroe, and Mike Lamb due up for the Twins. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound, Chad Garden, done. And they're going to go with Jerry Belvins. Belvins is going to come in. That is his card. Belvins comes in the game with no ERA. He's pitched 5 innings, allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Chad, he went 1 1/3 of an inning, allowed 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 3.63. Jason Kubel, Craig Monroe, and Mike Lamb due up for the Twins, 6, 7, and 8. And here is the pitch to Jason Kubel, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and a run. Are they going to let Kubel take the hit? They are. Four, 3, column 4, row 3, range play. 2-1, column 2, row 1, right, and that's going to go to Barton. His range is a 2. That is a 5. That's going to be good for a base hit. And with that, Jason Kubel will lead off with a base hit. Craig Monroe is up. He's 2 for 2 with a run and a walk. And here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That's going to be another walk on a 1-13. That is a 2. And they'll walk Monroe. So runners now on first and second. Mike Lamb, 0 for 2. Belvins can go 2 more batters. Here's the pitch. 3-1, column 3, row 1, strikeout plus on a 1-19. That is an 18. Struck him out. So 1 away. Runners on first and second. Nick Punto is up. And here is the pitch. He's 1 for 2 today with a double, a walk, a run, 2 RBIs. 2-2, column 2, row 2, strikeout on a 1-8-13, too high. 4-6, column 4, row 6, ground ball up the first baseline to Barton. He'll make the catch. And with that, Kubo will go to second. We're going to check for a double play. Nope. That's a 0. That is a 2. The 3 is too high. For the double play, Monroe will get forced out, and Punto is on with a base hit. So 2 outs, runners on the corners, and we go to the top of the order. Carlos Gomez, who is 2 for 3 today with a walk and a run. And here is the pitch. And that's going to be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That's going to be a walk plus. 1-18, that is an 11. It's going to be a walk. So the bases are loaded as Brandon Harris will come in. And with that, they're going to call for, here comes the skipper. Belvins is done. They're going to go back to the bullpen. And they are going to bring out Brad Ziegler. They're going to call for Brad Ziegler. To try to get out of this jam of the inning here. That was his card. Ziegler batting a 4. He comes into the game with a 4.50 ERA. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's picked up 2 saves, 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Jerry Belvins. He went 1, allowed 1 hit, 2 walks, 1 strikeout, no ERA. Brennan Harris, who is 0 for 4. And Harris is not taking the hit here. And instead, they're going to bring in Alexi Castello will come in to pinch hit. And let's take a look at his stats here. So far, he's had 2 at-bats and 2 runs and 1 stolen base. Two, column 2, row 2. That's going to be a walk on a 1 to 12. That is an 11, and they're going to walk and a run. It's now 8 to 4. It's a 4-run game in favor of the Twins. And with that, Joe Manor is up. Manor 2 for 4 today with a run and an RBI. 2 outs and the bases are loaded. And here is the pitch. "5-2. That is a blank. 2-4, column 2, row 4. Power, double star 2. It's a ground ball to Hanahan. Will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So Alexi's going to take over at second. At first, they're going to make some changes here. Michael Cuttier will come in for first. And at right field, Denard Spahn will take over. Matt Tolbert will take over at third. So they're going to make a lot of changes to their lineup, to their defense, and with the Ron Rancorn done. He's not going to pitch in the bottom of the 8th. It's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 4 left on. 3 left on. Sorry, for the Twins. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Ryan Sweeney, Bobby Cosberry, and Cristofornia due up. And they're going to bring in Dennis Reyes will come in for the Twins. That is his card. Reyes will come in again with an 8.37. He's got 1 and 1/3, 1 and 4 and 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 4 walks. And with that, let's take a look at the stats here. For Brian Ziegler, he went 1/3 of an inning, 1 walk, an ERA of a 4.19. Brian Bevins, who has 1 earned run and 1 run, ERA of a 1.58. Sweeney, Cosberry, and Defornia due up for the A's, and here is the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-5, column 3, row 5 at the ballpark. We're going to go to the Coliseum, and that's going to be a 2-5, column 2, row 5, double star 4, ground ball down the first baseline to Cuttier, who'll make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. Bobby Cosberry, who is 2 for 3 with a double, and the pitch. And that is going to be a 3-3, column 3, row 3, once again, back to the ballpark card. 6-3, column 6, row 3, this time it's a ground ball to Punto, who will make the catch. And that'll put 2 away. Cristofornia, 1 for 2 with a double, a run, and an RBI, and the pitch. 2 up, 2 down, 3-2, column 3, row 2, range play. Whose range are we checking? 2-5, column 2, row 5, single to Young. His range is on a 1 to 3. That's going to be a 5. It gets past him. And with that, the Forney will keep the inning alive as Jack Hanahan comes up to the plate. Hanahan 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Are they going to let him take the hit? They are. All right, here's the pitch to Hanahan. 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 1-5, column 1, row 5. That's going to be good for a walk. So that's going to be good for a single. DeFornia will go to third on that. He'll advance from first to third on a 4 through 6. And with that, they're going to bring in Craig Barslow. He's going to come, no, not Barslow. Jesse Crane will come in. Crane with a 1.17 ERA. He's got 1 win and no loss. He's pitched 7 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Take a look at the stats here for Dennis. He went 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, an ERA of a 7.20. Top of the order, Kurt Suzuki, who is 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. 5-4, column 5, row 4, range play. Whose range are we checking? 1-3. Punto's range is on a 1-4. That is a 2. Punto will make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on. After 8, it's Twins 8, A's 4. We go to the top of the 9th. Michael Cuttier, Damon Young, and Denard Spahn due up for the Twins. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Brad Zelger done for Oakland on the mound, and they're going to bring in, I'm going to say Hudson Street. Street is going to come in. That is his card. So Street will come in with a 6.32 ERA. He's got no wins and 1 loss. He's pitched got 4 saves. He's pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 7 strikeouts, and no walks. Cuttier, batting a 3.8, comes into the game with a 381. Taking a look at the stats here for Brad, he went 1 inning, allowed, had 1 walk, an ERA of a 4.19. Take a look at the stats. We want the box score. So let's take a look at the box score after 8 had been played here at the Coliseum. Twins scored 7 in the 3rd, a run in the 8th, 8 runs on 11 hits. Oakland, a run in the 1st, a run in the 5th, a run in the 6th, 4 runs on 10 hits, and no errors. Michael Cuttier, he's batting a 138. Top of the 9th, 4-5. Column 4, row 5, strikeout on a 1-10. The 11 is too high. 1-6, column 1, row 6, ground ball to Hanahan. He'll make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. And with that, Damon Young is up. He's 2 for 4 with a double, a strikeout, a run, 2 RBIs, and the pitch. 5-3, column 5, row 3, strikeout plus on a 1-22. That is a 9. Remember, to strikeout plus, we add 10 plus the 2, so that's where we get the 12. Struck him out. So 2 up and 2 down, and that's going to bring up the Nerd Spawn, batting a 357, And here is the pitch. 6-4, column 6, row 4, strikeout on a 1-11. That is a 9. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors as the A's retire the Twins in order. We go to the bottom of the ninth. Derek Barton, Mark Ellis, Jack Cusp drew up for the A's. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Twins. It is a 4-run game, and they're going to bring in Matt Gurrier. Actually, Joe Nathan. Sorry, Joe Nathan's going to come in. That is his card. Nathan comes in the game with no ERA, 1 save, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits and 8 strikeouts, and no walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Jesse Crane. He went 1/3 of an inning, has an ERA of a 1.13. Barton, 2 for 3 with a double, a walk, a run, and an RBI. And here is the pitch. 6-6, column 6, row 6, strikeout on a 1-13. That is a 4. Struck him out. And with that, Mark Ellis is up. Ellis going to take the hit. Ellis not taking the hit here. And they are going to bring in Mike Sweeney. Sweeney going to take the hit. He's batting 100. And here is the pitch. 5-4, column 5, row 4, strikeout plus on a 1-16. That is a 5. Struck him out. And that'll put 2 away. And with that, Jack Cusp is up. He's 1 for 3 with a run, with a walk, a run, and an RBI. And the A's are down to the last out. 1-4, column 1, row 4, double star. So on the pitcher card, if you roll the double star, you're going to take 1d6, roll it, and that'll tell you where the auto out is going to happen. In the PC game, it'll automatically do it. It's a fly ball back there. Gomez goes back to the wall, makes the catch. And that is the ball game as the Minnesota Twins defeat the Oakland A's 8-4. Final line score coming right up. Minnesota Twins defeating the Oakland A's. Final score 8-4. Twins 8 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The A's 4 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Hernandez will pick up his first win of the season, and Joe Blayton will pick up his second loss of the season. No home runs by any team, so let's take a look at the stats and see how everyone did. Hernandez went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit by pitch, an ERA of a 5.33. Joe Nathan, the last pitcher up for the Twins, went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, no ERA there. Joe Blayton went 3 innings, allowed 8 hits, 7 runs, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, an ERA of a 4.46. Hudson Street, the last pitcher up for the A's, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 5.37. So the Twins will improve to 6-14, and the A's will drop to 11-10. That is going to do it for us here at the Oakland Coliseum. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up, and when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Scooney 007. we'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.